Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Kirk, Prison Talk, and I got the homeboy Badger here to answer some questions that I couldn't answer from his perspective, so I'm gonna let him give it to you. So, Badger, we had a question from one of our viewers, and they want to know what happens if you're a white guy and you're married to a black woman and you go to prison. How do you handle that type of situation?
A, don't say nothing. Yeah, that type of situation hasn't arisen around me. I know for a fact one of our people was married to a black girl, and she showed up to visiting.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, that was his last day on the yard. That was his last day of walking. He's in a wheelchair to this day.
Damn.
You know,
over that?
Yeah, he was doing pull-ups, and they moved on him. And, I mean, but he's running in a different car. It's not just like he's a Peckerwood or something.
Yeah.
He's running in a different car. So that's why whatever happened to him happened to him. Another question you asked earlier was about, if you're white and not racist, get ready to become racist. It's pretty much how it is.
So you got to roll.
You're going to roll. Or you're going to go to the Christian car. There are other ways out. And
do they have like a neutral type table, or neutral car where
Christian car?
Christian car. That's Christian the only way out. Huh?
Yeah. And
turn your life over to God.
Yeah, turn your life over to God. What was the other question?
Well, as far as we get a lot of white guys that say if I come in, I want, and maybe if I don't want to roll, can I just kind of mind my own business, or do I have to prove myself, or?
Yeah, there is no minding your own business. Not in the state of California. You're going to join some ride. The others, the Christian car, or you're going to run wood, or if you want to go step up to the next level, they got a next level for you too.
Oh, shit.
So, but you're going to run in a car.
Yeah.
Period. Somebody's got to have your back.
Yeah.
The penitentiary is full of predators. We spell prey P-R-E-Y, even though you may be P-R-A-Y in the cell.
Yeah.
We spell it P-R-E-Y.
Well, I tell them, I tell somebody was asking me, I said, if you got a cellie and your cellie's involved in a gang or a clique, no matter how much you think that you're not involved, if your cellie's involved, that's your cellie, you're involved.
Yeah.
Because if they move on your cellie, they're gonna move on you.
Right.
It's no passes.
No passes.
Yeah, it's a serious situation, man. What if a person is biracial? If they're black and white mix, what happens with them?
So they would run in another car.
Okay.
So they would run with just the other car. Same thing. Whether it's black and white, Mexican and white, Mexican and black, whatever. Generally, what happens with that is someone will try and go Southside car because they accept other races, but they'll be putting in work for them. So if they're just going there to be peaceful, they shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. And if you come to our car and you're doing that, we're gonna make you put in work too, just to see where you stand. Make sure you stand with us. Because when the shit goes down, we need to know where you stand. And you better be standing somewhere. Don't be fucking laying on a rack in the bathroom, in the shower. You better be standing somewhere. Get beat up and fall down, whatever you do.
Something, participate.
Right, participate. Just the numbers alone help us.
And what about, people always ask me, dudes are like, well, if you're in prison and you mess with another man, it's not really because you're in prison, or, guys in there messing with dudes. I'm like, dude, I didn't know anybody get down like that. And as far as the people getting down like that, they got their own thing going on.
Okay, so That's a two-part question, really, because back in the day, having punks on the yard was sort of essential. You knew where to drop your laundry off. Granted, you paid for it. You know what I mean? If you wanted your whatever dialed in and want your floors done in your cell, they come in and do it. You know what I mean? Like they provided a service.
Okay.
That's no longer the case. Punks don't walk the main line with us. You know what I mean? Remember I was talking about the 2-5 yards and whatnot. That's the yards that they go to. You know what I mean? They used to just like send them to Vacaville.
Yeah, I remember Vacaville.
Or Del Norte. You know what I mean? Depends on if they have the virus or not. But they don't even care if you have the virus or not now. They just put you all together.
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah. I mean, unless you're far stage virus, then you're going to Del Norte or Vacaville still.
Yeah.
But, and I'm sure there are some undercovers, you know what I mean? But if they know what's good for them, they wouldn't be advertising that, you know. The rules on that all changed. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was okay to have them around, and it's just not okay to have them around anymore.
And then I tell people also that I always get these questions about, you know, cheeks getting busted and a motherfucker's, you know, taking motherfuckers' cheeks if you're a little dude. And I told him, I said, dude, if a motherfucker's doing that, he'd been stuck. Ain't nobody willingly gonna let somebody take their cheeks in prison.
I'm gonna have to write my ex-cellie and tell him that, but just kidding. You know, if somebody's steady getting their cheeks busted, they're wanting them busted.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, because the only cheek that should be getting busted is with a fucking rock in a sock, a lock in a sock, a can of tuna in a sock. If you can't figure out how to break a razor without cutting your thumbs all to pieces, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only cheek that should be getting busted is the guy trying to get some fucking ass cheeks. It's not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it definitely don't happen amongst our people. It doesn't happen so much amongst the Southsiders, but it does happen with your people a lot, bro. They'll have undercovers in there for those reasons. A lot of dudes are doing all day, and each races have different rules as far as that goes. And you know, I'm not trying to be anything weird, but that's how it is. Like your race does have more queers in there that are able to stay. You know what I mean?
And they get basically
they're passed around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're doing all day, you're doing all day. You know, some people just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And that's part of where the lines start to fucking cross. We're not cool with that. We're not cool with that. You're not cool with whatever.
Yeah.
That's where the shit gets to where we just don't fuck with each other. You know? Ain't nobody giving up ass regularly.
Yeah. And that's my point too, because like I said, in different situations, and in some places maybe it's acceptable. I know where I was at, I didn't see motherfuckers getting their cheeks busted like that. So, you know, it is what it is. But different places have different policies, and it's like you said, each race has their own little thing going on.
Plus, you have a car. That's
Yeah.
why you have a fucking car.
Yeah.
If you couldn't handle your celly and he's fucking embarrassed you to that degree, and you're not willing to kill him yourself, you have a car.
Exactly.
You know, that's why you have a car. Whatever it is. If it's a Christian car, you need to move fucking cells. I think that's sinful. But you have a car, man. You go to your fucking guy, hey, this is what fucking happened, bro. What do I do?
Yeah.
And the answer is always going to be the same. When in doubt, put heat in them.
Yeah, so that's right.
Always.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And if somebody else has to do it for you, you're probably giving him your butt cheeks too. You know?
Yeah.
For real. Nobody's
real
going
talk.
to just go fucking take care of your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're giving up your ass to this guy, and I got to go stab him for you,
Yeah.
I might want a little myself. You know? So, it's been a while.
Yeah.
You know?
And what about relationships between like the guards and the inmates? I know, like, when I was in the feds, they see you cahooting with the police too much, you're gonna get checked.
And
Not going down.
don't trust the shoe shiner. Don't trust the barber. Yeah, I mean, you don't trust any of them, man. Don't
Run your mouth.
Yeah, but you should never be running your mouth to begin with.
That's right.
If you're doing something, getting away with it, keep fucking doing it and getting away with it. Don't even tell me.
Yeah.
Don't tell you. You know what I mean? Because it's just like fucking junior high. So you tell me and you're like, hey, homeboys, whoa, let's get them. I want some play. It's always about me. It's always about you. You know what I mean? I want. And so, yeah, don't be fucking with the police. You know, there's no reason to. And if you do, you have to fucking deal with the police. Like, they're pulling you in. You don't go in that room unless you're like, hey, homie, do you mind coming with you?
Yeah, exactly.
No, not your homeboy. Another race.
Oh, okay,
You know
that's
what I
right.
mean? Like, hey, I'll come if you let this Mexican and black come in there. You know what I mean? So that way they know what's being said.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Always cover your ass, man. You go in there and come out, and this cop fucking didn't like what you had to say. He's going to say what he
That's
wanted
right.
you to say.
That's right.
So you always bring another race.
And I tell people too that gossiping, you know, people always ask me, oh, Herc, what about this? What about that? And I'm like, dude, you're not trying to see anything in there. You're trying to act like you're invisible. So if you keep hearing and gossiping, dude, a gossiper, you're going to get your wig split in the pen.
Quick, fast.
You don't talk about nothing you seen. You don't be running your mouth about shit on the yard.
Nothing.
None of that.
It's just like you're in your own world with your homeboys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hopefully they're doing the same fucking thing. And if somebody else is talking about him, he's probably talking about you to somebody else.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. The people you think are the most solid will fucking flip the script on you.
And what are the biggest things that people get their wig split in prison for?
What we were just talking about could be so many things.
Drugs.
Oh, as far as that goes, yeah, tobacco and drugs.
That's right. Owing money.
Owing money. It's always about money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And money's big in there. A can of Bugler goes for what, $1,000?
Yeah. That shit done since they banned all that shit when everything went up.
A puck's $150, $100. Depends on who you are.
And now, like, as far as dudes always ask me about, like, well, Herc, what is weed going for? What is heroin and shit? I tell them, I like, dude, a little
Cap,
bump.
a toothpaste cap is $10. Well, was $10.
Of weed?
Yeah, toothpaste cap. So like a pen or joint.
Okay.
Was like $10. You know, in store, commissary, whatever. Back then there was cash. You know what I mean? Not when I got out, but back when I first started going. There's trading for drugs. You know what I mean? Like my celly was a chalker, so he'd make me look good even though I'm not looking good. You know what I mean? So, and that would bring in like 5 caps of weed or a paper.
Wow.
The paper's a smear of heroin.
Wow.
You know,
And what does a smear of heroin go for?
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
A smear of heroin.
A smear.
Wow.
Yeah, and don't be fucking with that queer juice because you'll be sitting in your cell thinking everybody's trying to get you. You know, and guess what? They are.
Yeah.
You know, for real.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine. He was on that shit, but he wouldn't let. You know, we were kind of had an idea, and I caught him one time with like he was bleeding. I'm like, damn man, what the fuck? And he started rubbing his hands. He ended up owing somebody. And basically, the other, you know, they had to step in and put some money together to bail this dude out, or else he was going to get, that was a wrap.
Or your whole race.
Exactly, you're just wiped out.
Well, like, if you're going to back him anyway, then we're just going to get you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pull together, whatever. Pass dope out free.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
We'll lose money to get our money.
To get your money, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to ever owe anybody money in prison. And I always used to say, drugs, gambling, and punks are gonna get you caught up, get your wig split.
Nothing's fucking free.
Yeah.
Nothing's free.
I remember, you know, I used to tell people, you know, like even sharing a hit of weed with somebody, now you owe because you smoked that weed
In
with
pocket.
them. You're basically tied into that debt now.
In pocket.
Yeah, so it's a serious game, and hearing it from Badger, man, you guys get another perspective. But you know, I'm black and he's white, so a lot of times you guys, when I say something, you don't think it's the truth, but he's giving you the same shit, and he's letting you know how the shit works in different races. So, yeah, man, it goes down up in there, and I hope you guys take heed to what he has to say. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.